Okay guys, we're back inside of Helldivers 2 and we've got loads of stuff happening. Today we have got a brand new patch that dropped just a couple of hours ago, and we've also got the bringer of balance. That's right, the balance dev himself coming in with a summarize and some more talks about weapon balancing. So this is going to be an interesting one to say the least. So we're going to get into it today. If you haven't already, smash that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. On top of that, make sure you are hitting a comment in the comment section. It helps out more than you guys will ever actually know. And check out our sponsor, GamerSupps, the leader in gaming energy and nutrition, offers gamers and esports athletes a healthier energy option, helping them to perform to their highest potential. Now, GamerSupps is keto friendly, less than 1 calorie and sugar free, and comes in many tasty flavors, of which my favorite is lean. So make sure you give it a check out and use code CloudPlays at checkout for a cheeky discount. Link in the description to go and check that one. Anywho, let's dive on in to the news at hand. Okay, so we're going to start off taking a quick look at the major order and where we're at with things right now. As you can see, we have now officially taken Heath. That has now been officially liberated, and it's the one out of the 3 more that we need to get. So we have got Angel's Venture currently sitting at 55% liberated with 43,000 people in there. Failed is not even been touched. And we have this one over here, the Akmar 4, with, again, not even really been touched. So this is going to be a bit of a ship-shapey one. We've only got 2 days and 2 hours to complete this. I think we might be counting our losses, but whenever I say that, you Helldivers always seem to jump on in and prove me wrong. So let's close off this, because this sector is going to be gone once we finish off these 2 areas right here, and then we can start making our way further backwards and hopefully getting rid of the Terminids, as they're getting really freaking close to Super Earth. We've only got a few sectors deeper. It's a little bit concerning. And today, your personal order is to complete 6 secondary objectives. That one should be easily enough done in the higher missions, maybe 7, 8 potentially, and getting those done in a few of your missions is really, really easy to get them out of the way. So happy hell diving today. Let's dive on in to see what the game's doing and what the news is around it. So starting off, we have got the Helldivers patch that has recently just gone up, and this one is just a minor one. It just has a few crash fixes by the looks of it. We can obviously see there are still quite a lot of known issues though, but for today we have the fix for the common crash related to damage over time, and fix for very common crash related to hot joining quick play sessions that become full. This unfortunately means that hot joining players won't show up in the recent players list until they drop down to the planet, or not at all if they leave from the loadout. Now, there has been a lot of issues with crashes. For me, it's actually doing my nutting at the moment. I've not been able to complete many of the overall operations that I've been trying to get done. I just generally tend to jump on, play a few games, and jump back off, and actually gain no new samples, nothing. They just come up with nothing. It's been really annoying the last couple of days, but irrelevant. Hopefully, they're starting to chip away at it, although the list of known issues is still pretty large. So hopefully, they can start dwindling that down soon. That would be nice. But a big topic of conversation right now is the weapon balancing and what the hell is going on. The most recent patch saw the Eruptor get absolutely destroyed and nerfed into the ground, although the development team have said that it was meant to have been some sort of a buff with the repercussion on shrapnel versus explosion. So we have Alexis, the SES bringer of balance, the balance developer inside of Arrowhead, actually giving us a summarization inside of the Helldivers official Discord, and this one is a very, very interesting one. It states that, so to summarize, after we fixed the ricochets, people start looking into testing Eruptor more and confused Ricochet for shrapnel. So we got a bunch of false reports about projectiles being reflected back to you. We investigated it and found out no proof of the Ricochet thing. We did, however, find that the Eruptor shrapnel could randomly kill you or a teammate, as we didn't want that for the primary. So we removed the shrapnel to make the weapon more consistent, and I still stand by my opinion that 40 damage always is a good trade-off for 100 damage randomly. This affects AoE damage and direct damage staying the same, so it was supposed to be a win-win for all. By doing that, we also knowingly removed the exploit that players used very consistently to deal more damage than we intended. Yes, that's an edge case. No, I haven't considered it. That's what you get when hot fixing an urgent issue the whole community is on fire about. So here's what I think we should do. We can't bring the shrapnel back that way it was. We don't want it to one-shot charges, and we don't want it to have a chance to kill you or your teammates. We have a cluster eagle for that. I still strongly believe that the eruptor benefits from dealing less damage more consistently, so it's a net minus if you're lucky or are using an exploit, and net plus otherwise. However, if we're still investigating if this change has affected any breakpoints against medium enemies, and we will look into that. I won't promise that it will definitely be buffed, as the weapon in its current state is still absolutely viable, but it's always on our radar. Now, that's an interesting one indeed, and I think the partake on that one is a little bit silly, and I think that the way that they've been balancing things at the moment, for the most part, was actually okay. Right at the beginning, we actually had the railgun nerf, and that did obviously change quite a lot of situations. Most people were running the shield backpack and the railgun in tangent, and then having other things in appliance to it, but they were always two things that everybody always had. Now, we kind of see a lot more variations, a lot more different weapon sorts, a lot more different backpacks, and I completely agree with that move and the moves that they made in that regard, although this current issue with being in the forefront for wanting to just knock down primary weapons is a little bit of a confusing one, and one that I don't really understand too much. So let me know what your guys' opinions are down in the comment section below. Now, before we get into the next part of the video, though, we are doing a giveaway here on the channel for a copy of Helldivers, and if you've already got the game, don't panic. We're giving you guys the money equivalent in super credits. If you want to get your hands on it, all you have to do is very, very simply head down to the comment section and pop in a pink heart, just to show a little bit of love to the community. I feel like we need it after the week that we've just had. Pink heart in the comment section will enter you in, and we'll announce the winners this weekend on the community page and on the giveaway announcement page in the Discord down below in the description. So, with that being said, let's dive on into the rest of this video, because this is a bloody interesting one. The SS Bringer of Balance, also known as Alexis, actually stated, "I know some people would like a black and white picture and still think that we nerf weapons because they're too fun. But the situation is a little bit more complicated. Also, making game fun to play is literally in my job description. But don't attribute to malice what can be attributed to oversight." It's a bit of a skeptical one, but it goes in a little bit further into this next Discord message stating, "Hey Helldivers, I'm disabling the notifications and removing myself from the conversation for the moment. I shouldn't have used this channel for status updates in the first place. It's your discussion space that I turned into an impromptu semi-official Q&A every time I come here. And let's be honest, I wasn't doing a good job at communicating our design intentions, and I apologize for that. Design-wise, I clearly missed something with the eruptor, so I'd rather go and investigate it properly than jump here with half-cooked answers, which are only going to do more harm every time. Love your feedback though, keep it coming, my DMs are still open. We'll get back to you with proper update sometime in the near future, but for now, I have work to do." Now, this is a very interesting one, and as much as I love the guys at Arrowhead, we seem to be getting a lot of this sort of comments coming through the Discord primarily. It's almost as if the Discord has to be the main port of call, and they just seem to type in without really thinking half of the time. A lot of the development team and or community managers, which is obviously why we had the issue on Spitz. If you don't know about that whole conversation, then the link is down in the description, or it's the latest video that we uploaded late last night. But this is just becoming a little bit of a sore topic now. I think that there's a lot of main statements that get made because they are developers or because they are from Arrowhead. They make quite sporadic statements in these chats and just have conversations with people, of which we take it pretty much for solid gold and hope that that's exactly how it's going to operate. Unfortunately, half the time it doesn't seem to happen that way. There does need to be a little bit more professionalism inside of this thing, because I think realistically the balance updates as far as stratagems and all that sort of stuff go, I'm pretty much pro for. Like I stated earlier on in the video, the railgun was definitely a good move, and I think that now we're quite comfortable with where the stratagems are with regards to people being able to use a diverse course of different loadouts, which we're seeing all the time time every time. So I'm really happy with that. But this issue with primary weapons seems to be absolutely crazy, especially when your stratagems only come out every so often. They have timers, countdowns, cooldowns, and there's just so many different variables. And even in some of them, you can only have 3 stratagems, which is a whole other video on its own. But irrelevant to it, the primary weapon needs to be utilized quite freaking often. And if you're going to make absolutely everything not viable, it's kind of one of those where you just have to count your chickens and hope that they hatch the right way round. Unfortunately, Arrowhead aren't really pro for that, and they like a realistic measure when it comes to a weapon. But I don't know about you, but if I shoot a gun at a bug, it's going to die. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see exactly how this one pans out and how it goes. But I want to know what your guys' opinions are in the comment section below, and what you guys would do to the balancing if you had one change that you could make. Any weapon, any stratagem, one change you could make that would be a viable one that the developers may even entertain. Let me know via the comment section below, and we can get a conversation started around that. Thank you so much again for watching, guys. If you haven't already, smash that like button and subscribe, post notifications turned on. I'll see you later tonight for another upload. But as always, up until the next time, I'll see you in the clouds.